Right now, I have a professor of criminology from all the way from Liverpool University and filmmaker Paul Cook. Hang on, Paul Cook.
That's
And
me.
Yeah, he's here.
Paul Cook's there. And
Barry?
Barry Godfrey,
That's it, yeah.
he's the professor of criminology from England. Good afternoon, gentlemen, and welcome to Roebourne.
Thanks very much. It's lovely to be here, and it's really nice to have such a warm welcome.
Yeah, thank you very much for organising great weather. We're not used to that in the UK.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you was mentioning it early on before we started here, yeah. All right. First question, I'm going to just read it out, and whoever feels qualified to answer, fire away. I believe you are here till Monday morning. First of all, tell us why you are here.
So we're here because I'm a criminologist, and we have been long researching the history of imprisonment in Australia. And Indigenous people in Australia are locked up far too much. It's just a fact of modern Australia. And we want to find the origins of that, the history, see what's happening there, what the cause of it was, and what the legacy of that is today. So that's my part of it. It's criminology. And Paul is here to do a documentary film.
Yeah, so what I do is I work with community groups around the world to help them represent their stories in ways that they feel aren't necessarily represented in sort of the mainstream media. And so I'm working here with Barry to find out a bit about the heritage of Roebourne and to make sure that the communities that live here get to tell their stories in the way that they want them to be represented in the media. And we're going to make a documentary and hopefully share that with the community here and then with other interested groups around the world.
So have you guys been out in the community before you came here?
No, so we've been to Western Australia before. But
No, I mean like...
No, not here.
Oh, okay.
Not here, because we just got off the plane this morning. We should have been here 2 years ago, but COVID did, as it did for many of us, just couldn't travel outside the UK. So we wanted to be here multiple times and for a lot longer. So it is literally a flying visit, which is not something that we would like. We'd have liked it to be a bit different from that.
So I'm told that this is not your first project. You did something similar with the old Fremantle Prison.
That's right, and that was 2 years ago, where we were invited to have a look around the prison and to have a look at some of the paintings and the wall murals that have been painted by Indigenous artists there. And they were prisoners who were allowed the opportunity to express themselves. And the artwork is it's world class, it's unique, it should be seen by the world really, but it's locked up in that dark and dismal place, only seen by a few tourists. So we talked to the descendants of the artists themselves, and they told us a lot about the artists and their lives and how those paintings had come to be. So we made a documentary about that, and that's available online if anybody wants to have a look at it.
Okay, let me just step back here a little bit. You are a professor of criminology, and can you just tell me what they do?
Yeah, that's something my colleagues often ask me, what do I do? So we look at crime, and we look at it's the sociology of crime to see which groups end up in the criminal justice system, what happens to them, where the biases and unfairnesses of the system are, and we try and make some policy to try and correct some of that. Not often very easily, because governments don't often listen to people who are criticising them. But we try and do what we can, and we teach our students to have that kind of critical mind and question everything. So that's what a criminologist does. Paul's a filmmaker, so you do something similar critically, but with documentary films, don't you?
Yeah, so my aim really with making films is that I always make films in partnership with other communities, and so it's always about generally I'm invited to work with a community because they have an issue that they want to see kind of raised. They want to kind of make sure that that their kind of perspective on a particular issue is foregrounded, And so what I tend to do is I tend to work with communities. I'll teach them to make films, and then we collectively produce a documentary. And then we try to make sure that the right people get to see that documentary to kind of make sure that their perspective is fully represented. So in some ways, it's very similar, really, to the work that Barry does, but I do it through movie cameras.
Okay. Have you had a chance to meet anyone here in Roebourne yet, and what have they been saying?
So we're really interested to talk to as many people as possible. So far, all we've managed to do is to go and have a look at the site of the old jail and do some filming up there to see what the physical fabric of the jail looks like, what the conditions would have been like for the people who were kept in there. And we're hoping to talk to people who have either had experience of the jail or just experienced it by it being such a presence in Roebourne. And it's a heritage building. It's a fascinating building.
It is a beautiful building.
It's a beautiful building, but it's got a rich but tragic, sad history. So we're really interested to know what the people of Roebourne would want to do with that building. What do they want to do with it? Can it be used as a place for truth telling? Can it be used as a place for education? Or is it going to be turned into some other kind of community asset, something for the people of Roebourne, or something different? People will talk to us and tell us what they think.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's the key thing, really. We're really interested to see where the prison goes from here, and what how the community sees it being of use to them, and to sort of like building up their town, or not. It might well be that people think, well, actually, this isn't our story. This isn't what we want people to know about. We want to talk about something else. So we're very interested in hearing the opinions of people to find out what they are, what they would like to see happen to the building.
So if you're listening out there, and if you want to have your say about what's going to be happening to the old jail, please come and meet with these guys. There's Professor of Criminology Barry Godfrey and filmmaker Paul Cook. They'll be here up until Monday, so get your stories ready and your ideas and your opinions about what you want the jail, what the old jail happened to the old jail. Okay, how can people get in touch with you if they want to meet you?
Email or phone?
That's a really good question. Maybe could they get in touch here? If they get in touch with you, would you be able to put them in touch with us, do you think? Or if they could email us? Yeah. That might be a good way of doing it. Yeah.
Okay, so they can touch base with you guys.
Absolutely. We really want to talk to everybody.
Yeah.
Anyone who wants to talk to us, we're really happy to talk to, and we really appreciate the time they give us.
Yeah.
Really do.
Okay. But you guys said you'll be coming to church on Sunday?
We're going to come to church on Sunday and hope to meet some people there.
Yeah.
That'll be great.
It will be great. Don't you worry about that. All right. Is there anything else you want to say about meeting people and talking about the old jail?
Only to say that we generally want to talk to as many people as we can, and also that that anything that we make, people have the right to decide that they don't want to be part of it, right? So if we do an interview with you and then you decide, oh no, do you know what, I don't really like that, or when we make the film, we'll share it with the community first before we share it with anyone else. And if someone doesn't like it or they don't want themselves to be in it, we're really happy to take it out. The really important thing is that we genuinely want to make a film in partnership with the community here. We're not trying to trick anyone. We're not trying to kind of represent. We haven't got any preconceived notion of what we're trying to do. So we'd be really keen to talk to anybody. But then if people later on decide, do you know what, I don't really like that, then you can withdraw at any time. But it would be lovely to talk to as many people as we can.
Yeah, because not everyone likes Paul's films.
Okay, we'll leave it at that. All right. Thank you guys for your time. And
thanks very much for having us.
Yeah, enjoy yourself here in Iramagaru while you're here.
Yeah, definitely will do. Thank you.
Yeah.
All right, thank you.
People have been wonderful so far. We've only been here 10 minutes. It's been really, really friendly. So thank you so much for showing us such a warm welcome.